Chapter 4 Personal Finance as Superpower. For 99.77% of our existence, we are cave people. Then we invent money, along with writing and math, and things change dramatically. Thanks to advances in archaeology and chemistry, science tells us that life as a cave person pretty much stunk. It was filled with chronic warfare, and the average life expectancy was only the age of 40 because of increased rates of lung cancer from breathing in campfire smoke. Over the last 5,000 years, money has helped us improve life for humankind. Money is literally a superpower. And if money is a superpower, then what can it control? Money allows you to control space and time. Assume you own vacant land. Someone pays you rent to build a summer camp. You get some money, and the world gets happy campers. This attracts a hotel to profit from the visiting parents. Now the hotel pays you rent. Later, a university wants to take advantage of the growing tourists. Now you have even more money, and you have improved upon the vacant field by all of these creations and businesses that have made life better for the humans. If money is a superpower, then how is it that cave people were able to invent it thousands of years ago? The answer is strangely simple. Cave people discover gold. As you will often hear me say in this class, the laws of money are so similar to the laws of the universe and the laws of nature that you cannot learn about one without learning about the other two. Here is an atom, and atoms make up everything. They make up bananas, they make up electronics, and atoms can be divided across the periodic table of elements. And gold deserves special mention. Diamonds can also be more or less found on the periodic table of elements, but their importance is psychological. Gold, however, pretty much has magical properties. An ounce of diamonds are worth $3,000, while gold is at $1,800. Both are expensive, both are rare and must be drilled for to be found. Both are associated with wealth and luxury, but only gold has irreplaceable uses. If you look at the special gold atom, it is separate from that of the diamond. Diamond is made up of carbon. Carbon makes up a lot of things, including diamonds. But gold has its own special place on the periodic table of elements. Diamonds are strong, but you can't really do anything with them. You can't build a house out of diamonds. You can't build a shield out of diamonds. Gold is the opposite. It has many uses. If you use aluminum foil once, you got to throw it out. Gold never loses its strength. You can melt gold, break gold, and it never stops conducting electricity. This is what makes it so important in dentures and other implants into the human body. It's used in electronics, it's used in pacemakers and satellites and smartphones. In fact, the many uses of gold explain why civilizations have always invaded one another for that. We have had gold coins, pirates have hunted gold. If we had the destruction of society, diamonds would do us nothing. If the world did not have gold, people would spend a lot of time trying to find someone to trade with. Since gold always had uses, it was always valuable, and you would happily sell your fish for gold. The ancient Romans used gold coins, the ancient Persians used gold coins. Gold is not made anywhere inside the earth. All of the world's gold came from meteorites millions of years ago. I truly believe that if those gold meteorites never hit Earth, then we would have remained cave people forever. Governments taxed people's gold to build a country's military, irrigation system, and entire society. Imagine what it was like to be the world's first cave person to discover gold. I imagine it went something like this.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X. Thus, the Powerpuff Girls were born!
Viewing the Powerpuff Girls and Chemical X as money really isn't much of an exaggeration. And to understand this, we need to go back to the ancient Greeks. As previously discussed, there are two types of happiness, broadly speaking. Hedonism, the pursuit of simple pleasures, for example, food, video games, shopping, watching Netflix. And then there's the pleasure from discovering your potential, the pleasure of growing, and that's eudaimonia. While these two schools of thought really existed across the world, it were the Greeks that gave us these two terms. The Greeks were really good at naming things. That's why so many Greek words are similar to English words. The Greeks were so good at words, we pretty much use their alphabet today, and they stole X from China. X is literally called chi in Greek. X has always been associated with mystery. X-rays were first called that because we could not explain how we were able to see underneath human skin. Haven't you ever wondered why every single math problem since forever has been to solve for x? It's because x has always been associated with mystery. X has also been associated with gold, right? Pirates would find treasure on a map marked by X. What most people do not know is that for every math formula using X that involves the natural world, this same formula often has an application in the financial world. You cannot tell me that money is not a superpower. Math formulas using X are often used to diagram processes of the natural world. For example, trigonometry is a great way to model the sun rising and the sun setting each day. Trigonometry is also used to measure from a commodity's starting point to end point. So petroleum starts off as oil being dug under the ground, and little bits of it end up among soap, among other things. So yes, your dish soap has a little bit of petroleum in it. And the pricing of money through trigonometry is what helps us do this. Again, the laws of money, the laws of the universe, and the laws of nature are really three sides of the same coin, assuming a coin had three sides. For example, the math used to understand how levers work is the math used to price government and corporate bonds, which we will get to later in this class. Another example is that math used to model the population growth of animals is used to measure the volatility of the stock market. If money really is a superpower, then what can it do, right? If it can help us measure the same processes in the financial world, then what is the big deal? Well, we know what happens when it's not used well, right? Sudan went from a peaceful company into a warring civil war because they did not have enough wealth in order to either import oil or use technology to desalinate the water. Here's an example of money used well. It allows us the creation of law enforcement. Pensions are guaranteed monthly amount of income from the day you retire until the day you die. So if you retire at age 50 and die at age 100, you have a pension of 50 years of guaranteed money. This is what has been used to motivate people to put their life in harm's way in law enforcement. It started in ancient Europe, where the crown needed to find ways to motivate knights to travel to the Middle East, to possibly lose their life. And how did they do it? They offered them a pension. Should they survive, they would be able to live their life comfortably in retirement, and even if they died, their family could get the pension. Again, the laws of the universe, the laws of nature, and the laws of money are so similar you cannot learn about one without the other. Albert Einstein might give us our great and final example. This dude has been known for his contributions to science, but his impact on the financial world is just as great. His theory of relativity, which deals with space and time, I don't really understand it, allowed us to create satellites and a GPS system and the ability to ship cargo across the world. Albert Einstein's theory of relativity did just as much as it did for science as for the growth of money and wealth in civilization. If the superpower status of money does not impress you, I recommend watching an episode of the Powerpuff Girls. Go ahead, go to nicheclinic.org/chapter 4.